Morning, students. Yesterday we have discussed that why I should opt commerce. I hope it is clear to everybody that they have taken a very appropriate decision by choosing commerce in their life. And I also introduce you the subject. The major subjects are accountancy, business study, and economics, in which I'll take your accountancy subject. And as far as accountancy is concerned, the basics, the subject you are going to read, the basic of that particular subject should be very much clear. There are three words that are floating on the screen. That is here: accounting, accountancy, accounting, and accounts. You can see these words on the screen. See, the first one, accountancy, the second one, accounting, and accounts. If you see and recall the title page, the book cover that I have shown you yesterday, it is named as accountancy. It is named as accountancy. Whatever the subject you have, usually students say like this: it's accounting, it's accounts, it's accounting. No, don't say these words for that. Use an appropriate word that your subject is accountancy. So which subject you are going to study in commerce? It's accountancy only. Now, what we can say, the accountancy is basically a subject matter. The accountancy is a subject matter which tells us about methods, process, and techniques to do accounting. So what is accountancy? Accountancy is basically a subject matter which just tells us that what are the methods, what are the process, techniques, principles to do accounting. Because whenever we have to do accounting, lot of principles are to be used, lot of techniques, lot of methods are there that are to be used. So accountancy is a subject matter. When you study the accountancy for 2 years in 11th standard and 12th standard, it just give you each and every that is required for the fundamentals, that are required for the basic foundation of the commerce, that is required for the basic of accountancy. If you learn the each and every concept and do the logical and conceptual studies so well in 11th and 12th standard, I assure you, nobody can beat you in your life in the field of accountancy. Because when you go to the higher classes, everything is elaborated and extended from these basic concepts. So accountancy, what is? I'm repeating again, it's a complete subject matter which tells us about the methods, principle, process, and techniques to do accounting. That the question arises in our mind. Now, what is accounting then? If accountancy is a subject matter, what is accountancy? Accountancy is a subject matter. If accountancy is a subject matter, then if accountancy is a subject matter, if accountancy is a subject matter, then what is accounting? So what is accounting? Accounting is a process to identify, record, classify, summarize, and analyze the business transactions to interpret the results thereof. So, what is accounting? Accounting is a process. What is accountancy? Accountancy is a subject matter which just tells us about the methods, principles, process, and techniques. But on the other hand, if I talk about accounting, accounting is a process. What is accounting? Accounting is a process. What is accountancy? Accountancy is a subject matter. Accountancy is a subject matter. As a subject, it just tells us that what are the methods, what are the techniques, what are the process of accounting. Now, accounting is a process. What happened whenever as an entrepreneur you invest the money, so many transactions take place, and you have to want to interpret the results of those business transactions. So it is a process. It is a process to first of all identify that what are the monetary transactions and what are the non-monetary transactions. Because as the accounting deals in finance, so it will be considered only the monetary transaction. So first of all, it is a process to identify, then it is to be recorded in the books, then it is classified into ledger, then it is summarized into trial balance, and analysis has been made by preparing the financial statements that are final accounts of which of business transaction. Why it is to be done? Why this complete process is to be done? This complete process is to be done to identify, to find out the results of the business. See, when you identify, see whether it is the transactions monetary in nature or non-monetary in nature, you recorded it in journal. It is recorded in journal. That is one of your chapter. If I talk about classify, it is to be classified in ledger. If I talk about after that, what is to be done? The next step is to be done to summarize, it is to be summarized in trial balance. These are the different names of your chapter and the steps taken in the accounting process. You will study each and every step of the accounting process chapter wise in your books. And after that, analysis is to be made by preparing the financial statements. See what happened as an entrepreneur when you invest the money and do a lot of transaction, it is to be recorded somewhere because it is a human mind. We are not the robotic one that we can keep all the transaction in our brain itself. We can feed it, we can record it there in the brain orally and classify and summarize and analyze and find out the results. No, it is not possible for any person because we are not robots. We are not machines. For this purpose, the records are to be maintained in the journal and it is to be classified in the ledger, then it is summarized in the trial balance, and then financial statements are to be prepared. So in this way, an accounting process is to be completed. Now, there is a complete format. Format means a pro forma is there for journal. So whatever the format of the journal, the pro formas, what are the accounts? Accounts are the T-shaped performance. Accounts are the T-shaped performance in which accounting process is to be done. The accounting process is to be done in the various performa like performa of journal, ledger, trial balance, financial statement. These T-shaped performance in which accounting process is to be done is known as accounts. what we have done? Firstly, we discussed that what is accountancy. Again, I am telling you, accountancy is just a subject matter. Please read it carefully. Just because of color combination, it is not highlighting and I am unable to change this color combination. Please read it carefully. It is written with the blue ink. It is a subject matter which tells us about the methods, principle, and process and techniques to do accounting. And then what is accounting? Accounting is a process to identify, record, summarize, analyze. Where the identification is to be done, as usual, monetary or non-monetary, it is recorded in journal, it is classified in ledger, summarized in trial balance, and then analysis are to be made in the financial statement. This complete process to interpret the results of the business transaction is known as accounting. And after that, accounts are all those T-shaped performers in which accounting is to be done. So the accounts in which accounting is to be done is known as the T-shaped performers, which are accounts. I hope the concept of accountancy, accounting, and accounts is clear to everybody. Let's move ahead. Now the question arises, what is the need of accounting? Why we do accounting? What's the need? See, suppose you are an entrepreneur and you invest money somewhere in the business. When you invest the money, what you want? Throughout the year, you just do a lot of transaction. So what I'm saying you, suppose you are an entrepreneur. What is the need of accounting? First of all, our point is this, that what is the need of accounting? What is the need of accounting? Need of accounting is why we need. Suppose as an entrepreneur, you just invest the money. You just assume yourself an entrepreneur. You are an entrepreneur and you just want to invest the money in a business. Suppose you invested a money in a business. What happened in that case? When you invest the money, you purchase the goods of the business. You sell the goods of the business. You give money to so many people. You borrow the money from the people. Lot of transaction, lot of expenses are there, lot of incomes are there, so many things are there. So as an entrepreneur, first of all, you invest the money and lot of transactions are to be done by you as an entrepreneur. After doing all those transactions, after a certain period, you want to know the final outcome, that what is the final outcome of all those exercises that you have done for such a long period, which is known as an accounting period. But you want to know as an entrepreneur, you want to know that what is the gain or the loss of your business. You want to know that what is the income or expenditure of your business, what is the value of your assets and liability of your business, debtors or creditors of the business, financial position of the business. Financial means cash, bank, what is the amount available to us, what's the value of the land, building, plant, machineries, whatever we have. So imagine yourself. I hope everybody is thinking over it, that suppose you are an entrepreneur, you started a business in the beginning of an accounting period and you just invest the money. You did a lot of transaction. Let's say for an example, you started a cloth, you are started a business of cloth. What you do? You just buy a shop first, you invest the money there. You just have all the fixtures and fittings there. You spend money on that. After that, you purchase the raw material or the whatever the goods or the in which you are going to trade. You'll buy that material as well. It means the purchases will be done by you. After that, you appoint the labor also. The salesperson are also, cleaning person are also there. You provide salaries and wages to them as well. You give to some people you just do the cash sale, to some people you just do the credit sale. So in this way, lot of transactions take place in any of the business. So whenever these transactions take place, and these are monetary in the terms, and these have taken place throughout the year of the business. So after a certain period, means after the end of an accounting period, every entrepreneur just wants to know that what is its gain, what is the loss of his business, what are the incomes, what are the expenditures, what are the assets. Assets means the property. What are the liabilities? Liabilities means that are due to pay. Debt that is due to pay to the outside parties. I'll explain you each and every term in our next chapter. Debtors, creditors, financial position. Everything an entrepreneur wants to know, because he has complete right to know all this information, because he has to run the business, he has to establish a good place in the market, he has to compete with the competitors, he want to have a grip in the market, in fact. And how he can grip the market? By only having a good business scale. And how he get the good business scale? By earning good income, by earning good gains. And how he come to know that what are his gains and incomes? Only by doing the accounting process, by preparing the accounts. And how the accounts are to be prepared? Accounts are to be prepared by using the process of accounting. How the accounts are to be prepared? By using the process of accounting. And then what is accounting? Accounting is a process whose methods, techniques, principles, concepts are to be learned in accountancy. I'm just coming back and reverse to the topic from where I have started. Let's recall what we have learned today. We have differentiated the three words first. That what is accountancy, what is accounting, and what are accounts. So I hope as a commerce student, you never be confused and never be take it as synonym that what are these three words having its meaning. Now, what is the need of accounting? Why we are doing accounting? So I may just make it clear to you that as an entrepreneur, when you invest the money and do a lot of transaction, at the end of the certain period, you just want to know what is the final outcome. You just want to know that what are your gain, your incomes, your expenditure, and assets, liabilities, debtors, creditors, or financial position of the business. So in order to get the answer of all these questions, we need accounting. I hope as we are just going to start our session of the study accountancy, by tomorrow we are going to start our chapter. Today the basic concept is clear to everybody that what we have to study, that is accountancy, how it is different from accounting and accounts, and why we do accounting. I hope this is clear to you. Now I request everybody to ask if any query they have.